Extreme distance, zero visibility. A target so small that Russia's own instructors called it the edge of possibility. Russia's best marksmen had been trying all day. With advanced rifles, digital scopes, and automated wind compensation, the target remained untouched. Then a Filipino observer asked for one shot. No adjustments, no readings, no questions. And what happened next was something that range had been designed to prove could never happen. One shot. For a moment, nobody at that range understood what they had just seen. While automated systems struggled to compensate, the Filipino observer standing at the back hadn't moved. He was reading something in that range that no scope could show him. Then he raised his hand and asked for one shot. The silence that followed was louder than any rifle. Russia spent millions engineering the perfect shot. The Filipino simply took it. The story of how that shot happened begins long before he ever stepped onto that range. Russia does not build shooting ranges, they build proving grounds. This range wasn't designed for ordinary training. It was built to find the absolute limit of what a human could do with a rifle. The distance alone eliminated most shooters before they even raised a weapon. But distance was only the beginning. The target itself was deliberately unforgiving. Small enough that hitting it once was considered exceptional. Hitting it twice in a row could define a career. Then there were the conditions. Wind that changed direction every 40 seconds without warning. Visibility so poor the target would disappear entirely at times. Temperature shifts that affected bullet trajectory in ways even automated systems struggled to track. Russia's best marksmen had trained here for years. They knew every variable, every shift, every trap. And still, consistent hits were rare. General Kozlov stood at the observation point, watching his team prepare. Decorated, experienced, and among the finest marksmen his military had ever produced. At the far end of the range, the target waited, small, still, unforgiving. He had invited the Philippine military to observe for one reason: to show them Russian marksmanship at its peak. What happened instead would never appear in any official report. The Philippine delegation arrived quietly. 4 officials, 2 observers. One of them stood out only because he didn't try to. No equipment, no presence, nothing to suggest he was anything more than a spectator. He listened as the range was explained. Then he looked, not at the target, but at everything around it. The wind moving through the grass, the way light shifted across distance, the subtle elevation changes that most people wouldn't notice. He wasn't admiring the range, he was solving it. And more than that, he was waiting for something. Sergeant Volkov stepped up first. In 15 years, he had never failed to hit the target at least once on that range. He raised his rifle, adjusted his scope, waited for the wind reading, and fired. Close. He fired again. The wind shifted. A miss. He recalibrated and fired a third time. Hit. 1 hit in 3 shots was considered strong performance. The others followed, each trained, each equipped with advanced systems. Some shots hit, most did not. The systems adjusted constantly, reacting to every change. Still, the target survived most attempts. Through it all, the Filipino observer remained still, watching, silent. But something in his expression was changing. He wasn't watching the shooters, he was watching the misses. Each miss revealed something: direction, distance, timing. Piece by piece, he built a complete picture. Not through calculations, not through devices, in his mind. Where technology reacted, he anticipated. By the time the last marksman stepped away, he had been standing there for over 2 hours. He had not touched a rifle, but in his mind he had already taken the shot again and again, and every version of it had landed. As the session ended, he stepped forward and asked for one shot. The range went quiet. Not dramatic, just still. There was no arrogance in his voice, No hesitation, just certainty. The request was approved. A basic rifle was handed to him. No advanced scope, no automated support, just a rifle. The silence that followed felt different, like something was about to change. He stepped to the firing line, looked at the rifle briefly, then downrange, not through the scope, with his eyes. He stood still for a moment, finishing the picture he had been building. Then he did something unexpected. He made no adjustments. Instead, he turned the rifle slightly away from the target, at an angle that didn't make sense. He fired. For a moment, nothing happened. Then something moved. The target had been hit, but not from the expected direction. From an angle no one there had trained for, an angle every system would have rejected. And the most unsettling part, he didn't look surprised. He set the rifle down and walked away. Later, every shot was reviewed, every variable analyzed. Everything made sense, except one. There was no complete data for it, no clear explanation, only the result. General Kozlov sat alone with the target in front of him. The Russian shots were predictable. The Filipinos was not. He picked up his pen to write the report, then stopped, because there was one question he couldn't answer. How do you document something your own systems say shouldn't exist? He folded the target and kept it. That range had been built to find the limit of a shot. What it found instead was the limit of its own understanding. And sometimes the things that cannot be explained are the ones that change what we believe is possible.